Okay guys, we are back today with a new video, a new ownership video of my 2009 Pontiac G6 GXP. Now if you've been with the channel for a while, I think I've literally had videos of this car since I started my channel, I think 5 or 6 years ago, and I think the car had around 30,000 miles on it when I first made my first video on this car. So it's been on the channel since it's been practically new, which is pretty cool to go back and look at. Unfortunately, they're really low quality, like iPhone 4 videos, so they don't do that much justice to what it is now. And unfortunately, I'm still making iPhone videos, so I'm sure in a couple years from now these videos aren't going to look the best on camera. But that being said, I'm using my iPhone 8 Plus right now, so they haven't gotten a whole lot better as far as quality, but here it is. This is officially mine now, and I've had it for a little over a month and a half. Unfortunately, I've had really little time to kind of sit down and make a video for the car and get it kind of just ready for a video, and now I'm done daily driving it. There's been kind of a fiasco with my cars. Like I said, the past month and a half, I had to sell the Buick. I sold that. The ST was sold, but it sat in the garage for a couple of weeks, so I really only had one car to drive, and that was this. And I had no problem driving it. I just didn't want to. But I did. I put right over 5,000 miles on it in that month period between going to work and taking it on some road trips and things like that. It's been totally reliable. It's been absolutely awesome to drive. I enjoy this car so much. I am just so glad I have it now. And that being said, my grandmother, she has a Lincoln MKS, and I got this at a family discount, so I didn't pay anywhere near Blue Book for this. But I would have had no problem if she wanted Blue Book. But anyways, that's all behind us now. And what really is important is that I have the car. And as you can see, just doing a couple walk-arounds of it here, a lot has changed with it. More physical changes as such. As you can see, it does have window tint now. That's 35 ceramic all the way around. So he did a really good job on the windows. I wasn't going to go 35. I was actually going to do 50. But looking at it now, I'm so glad I did 35. I just don't like dark windows on red cars. That's just my own opinion. I thought 35 was too dark, but looking at it, it's done tastefully and it looks really good. So the window tint, I did the window tint. So if I mentioned it back when I made a spring update video of this car before it was in my possession. This headlight was also really faded. So literally the day after I bought the car from her, I went to the dealership and I bought that because I don't know how much longer they're going to be offering General Motors Pontiac G6 headlights for, so I wanted to get that before they became an exclusive eBay item only. So there's that. The headlights up front are both replaced. They're both within a year of each other, so they look fresh. They look really good, and they're really bright headlights at night. Fog lights light up the road pretty well too, so the headlight was replaced as well. I think that was like 130 or 150 bucks, which I thought it was going to be like 300, so that's a really good deal in my opinion. So coming down here to the wheels and tires and brakes, as you can see, it has new brakes on it, and I did not plan to get brakes or tires for it, but it needed it. So these are actually cross-drilled rotors, and yeah, I put them on my car. They're not slotted. I just like the cross-drilled look better behind these because the Pontiac Grand Prix with the GXP package, they also have the cross-drilled rotors from the factory, so I thought that'd kind of like look pretty cool. And I did put ceramic pads on it so there's no brake dust at all. These are the easiest brakes you will ever do. General Motors just has a really simple brake replacement procedure, so that worked out really good. And I also had put some Michelin Pilot Sport AS3s on it. I think they're 50,000 mile tires. They're performance all seasons. They're 18 inches. So I don't think they sell a whole lot of these because these date stamps are from 2017. So I think they were sitting in a warehouse for a while. But anyways, I got those at Bell Tire. The Goodyears actually had a puncture in the back tire and they couldn't fix it. It was in the sidewall. And that nail had been in there since like last year. So I did not want to get stuck driving this car to work or out of state with a flat tire with a donut that's insanely small. So I justified it that way. So I got new tires and brakes all the way around. I'll be good for the next few years. I'm not going to be driving the car a whole lot. It's going to be kind of like the ST type thing. I have the Escape now as a daily, And so really that's all that had been done to the car as far as physical modifications. I had the oil changed done to it when about a week after I bought it. I took it to the GM dealership. I like to take them to like a Ford dealer or a GM dealer, whatever brand of car I have at the given time. I like to take it to that specific dealer, just for the first time, just to get a general look at the car and see what it looks like health report wise. So I took it to a Chevy dealer in my area and thinking that they would do a good job. I had the transmission fluid flushed. Now some say that's not recommended, but I think it had low enough miles still to where I could justify a flush. And these transmissions aren't the best from the factory anyways. There's actually a wave plate recall for the transmission that is good to 120,000 miles. So I just wanted to kind of keep the trans fluid nice and clean, and I wanted them to do my wave plate recall, but they wouldn't do it unless it showed actual signs of wear, and they actually had to tear into the transmission to replace it, and they wanted to charge me a tear down fee. And I thought that was bullshit. It's a recall, they should just do it. But I guess that's GM for you. And among that, I had the oil done as well. Everything else on the car checked out other than the fact they told me I needed brakes. Like I was dangerously close to needing brakes, and I kind of was, but he made, he was a dealer. So they're a little bit more dramatized when they tell you those things. But the oil change, I had an issue with the oil change. They changed the oil, and it didn't change the filter. That filter had been on the car since last year, and I called them out on that, and it got pretty ugly. I won't be going back to that specific dealer. So unfortunately, GM really wronged me on that, and again, I'm not going to be going back. And I just had the oil changed again after I got back from my road trip with a fresh new filter at a different oil change place, and I've had pretty good luck with those guys, so I'll just continue using them. But here we'll go to the inside real fast. You have the keys in the ignition, so we'll take those out. So not a whole lot has changed with the interior, just kind of me moving my things in, and I was gonna wipe it down, but it's been insanely humid today. So I kind of just gave up on that. And coming over to the interior, as you can see, looking at the seat, I didn't even do this. Actually, my grandma took furniture marker and she kind of cleaned up where the leather had been ripped or kind of scuffed off. And she kind of touched it up, which I'm not either for or against it. It looks a lot better than just white scratches. So she kind of, she did a nice job there. As good of a job as you can expect. So maybe if I find a nice seat in the future, I'll replace it, but I am really in no hurry to do a whole lot of other things to this car other than just maintain it. So we'll start it up. I've had an insanely hard time making this video. I've had nothing but interruptions, so I'm just gonna wing it at this point. Unfortunately, this does have the GM plastics. I'm not a big fan of them. They're low quality and they get dirty fast. It is what it is. This is bankrupt era GM. You're not gonna get the nicest of engineering here. And you gotta remind yourself that, but I still love this car. Turn on the headlights right there. They are automatic, and the fog lights right there. This would be an automatic pedal option, so there's that. And then there's like storage right there, container. As you can see, 89,469. There's the wheel. It's in pretty good shape overall. Cruise control is nice to have, and I really like these audio setup controls. The only thing I don't like about this is I'll be driving with my hand on the wheel, and I'll kind of fat fist it, and I'll like turn that off, and I'll like start slowing down, and I'll be like, why am I slowing down? Well, because I turned the cruise off, so I don't like that location for that reason. 6-speed automatic. It's all right so far, so good. E-brake right there, and the radio, I'm not going to change that out for an aftermarket. That's why I bought this Bluetooth receiver for your auxiliary jack right there. These just don't look right with aftermarket CD players. That's my own opinion on it. I don't think they look good. And plus, this is still a really nice head unit today. There's no button fade or anything, so, and I still have the Sirius satellite radio capability, so that's really nice to have as well. It being a 2009, I mean, this design came out in 2004, so you're still dealing with things that are 15 years old in here, technology-wise. So I did have to, again, get the Bluetooth. I have the GPS over there. Then I have my kind of power area over here, which again powers the GPS, the dash cam, and my phone charger, and just a few other things. So overall, I'm pretty happy with, you know, the interior modifications so far. And again, I do have a new dash cam that I did route through there, and this is a bolt. You need to take that out. It was really misconceiving. So anyways, that it was all, I eventually got it wired. So there's all of that. Overall, the interior has turned out really nice for what it is. This video really is all over the place, but I have just wanted to get a video out of the car. Have a Viper sticker right there. And coming to the rear, it's been cleaned, so we're all good back here. I don't like taking people places because they get your car dirty. I'm just an anal person, so I don't have all weather floor mats yet. So I don't want to carry anybody back here until I do. Don't want to track dirt in the car. So I would like to find some all-weather floor mats, from preferably like a G6 accessory floor mat. I'm not going to get WeatherTechs, it's just too much money for this. I'm going to just have some tools and just some other random shit back here. A Fusion donut for my dad's car. Long story, don't want to go into it. But there's all of that. It is getting darker out now. I was going to get, actually, oh, the bulb is not burnt out, but it's incandescent. I was thinking about getting an LED bulb, but I just don't know. I kind of like the discreet look in the back with all the halogen bulbs. I feel like if I get an LED license plate light, I might have to do like something with these lights, and I don't want to do that. So we'll see what happens there. Under the hood, the 3.6 liter. It's been detailed since I degreased it and everything and wiped it all down. So yeah, it's all been detailed and gone through. The only thing I have yet to do is get the paint kind of like 3-stepped. It needs a buff really bad. You can't see it in this light, as I said, the sun is going down. But it needs some paint work, and hopefully we get that on the next video. But yeah, guys, here's the G6. Hope you guys are as excited as I am to start showing it on the channel. So as usual, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to y'all later.